My name's Bill Ashton. I got started in this business about 2.5 years ago with Brian Morgan. And Dani Gross here, she's been in the business for, just about 6 months longer than us. And, we've learned a lot together. I've learned a lot from these guys. I mean, these guys are unbelievable leaders in our company. And, just so you know, this is going to be a generic training for any network marketer. So if you're out there, if you're partnered up with us or if you're partnered up with anybody else, feel free to invite your teams on these live trainings, because it's going to be some of the best stuff that you're going to get.
Well, thank you, Bill, and thank you for having me on your show. Obviously this is our first week doing it. We're going to do this every single week, every single Sunday night, and we're going to archive it as well. So if you have friends that didn't get to see it, they can see it in the future. When I first got my start in network marketing 2.5 years ago, I was like most people. I was incredibly skeptic. I had to prove it to myself that this was a solid business plan, that it was legitimate, and that it worked. For me personally, what I started doing, I started reading one book every single week. And, this book right here, it's called Lower Your Taxes Big Time by Sandy Botkin. And he's a former IRS attorney. You don't get much brighter than this guy. One of the things he says in his book is that you would absolutely be brain dead in America not to have a home-based business. And he kind of goes on from there and he says, look, there's a lot of different home-based businesses you could start. But truthfully, the easiest one to start is a network marketing business. And some people have a stigma with network marketing, or they're afraid of it, and that's just because they were introduced to it unprofessionally. Realize that there are so many network marketing companies out there that you need to find one that the product you're passionate about. You need to be passionate about the product, because why would you want to share it with others if you don't like it that much yourself? So find a company that you're passionate about the product, and then go from there. The first thing when I got involved, not quite 2.5 years ago, I needed to prove to myself that this industry is real. So I started looking at it. Direct sales in general, just in the last year alone, did $125 billion in sales. And direct sales companies, 95% of them are network marketing companies. So just look at this. The companies that you guys know of that you maybe didn't know were in the network marketing direct sales. I mean, Avon is a 124-year-old company, $10.6 billion in business last year. It started with Avon in 1886, then it went to Amway, Tupperware, Party Like Candles, Shackley, Herbalife, Prepaid Legal, Pure Romance, Mary Kay. Do you realize that in America right now today, of the women that are millionaires, that were self-made millionaires, 80% of the women in the nation today became millionaires in Mary Kay. That is mind-boggling. You gotta be professional, and you gotta treat it professionally. And that's the most frustrating thing for me when I became a professional in this industry. What I found is that the only reason people have negative feelings towards network marketing is because they were introduced by somebody who was not professional. They did not take the time to hone their skills and learn how to treat this business professionally. The average American sees close to 6,000 plus, they say 6,000 to 8,000 commercials per day. And when I first heard that, actually Dani gave me that information, I thought, no way could that be true. But think about your life. Tomorrow morning, Monday morning, you're going to get up. Maybe you're like I used to be when I worked a regular day job. You get up, you make your breakfast, you make your lunch. You have the TV on or the radio on while you're doing that, right? And you're hearing commercials, you're hearing commercials. Look around your house, you see a label and everything there, which is a commercial. Get in your car, drive to work. Every single car has its make and model. More commercials, more commercials, more commercials. You get to work, maybe you got there early, you read the paper, more commercials. Maybe a magazine or two, more commercials. Get on your computer for work, more commercials online. Go to lunch, more commercials as you drive to lunch, and every single place has a logo and a commercial along with it. Drive home, more commercials the whole way there, billboard, or the whole way home, billboards, everything else. Get home, maybe get the afternoon paper or your mail. More and more commercials. I just flew to Washington, D.C. this past weekend. Just on my boarding pass that I printed off, there were 15 different advertisements on my boarding pass alone. So realize your friends and family and your contacts and your business partners have seen 6,000 to 8,000 commercials already that day. Are they excited for you to call them and throw some business opportunity at them? It's just another commercial. They are so sick and tired of it, they're just going to block you out. And you don't need to take that personally. You just need to learn how to invite correctly for them to see the information professionally. It's truly what it gets down to. Be professional, get a captive audience, and show them what you're so passionate about, because if you like it, chances are people within your network of friends and you know, just your immediate network, if you like it that much, chances are they might like it too if you introduce it to them professionally. That is my tip for the day. Realize it's a rock solid industry. Pick a good company that you're passionate about and then introduce it professionally to other people, and do not take it personally if it's not for them at that time in their life.
You know, and I just want to mention too from that, you know, introducing it to people professionally, you know, that's the key. And it boils down to learning how to invite people properly. You've got to learn how to invite people. It's the key to this business. You know, prospecting is key, inviting is key. You know, there's a lot of things that you got to put together, but if you can't invite people to see it properly, you will never get very far. Whether it's online or offline, it all goes hand in hand. You know, and a lot of people out there are thinking, well, I'm going to figure out how to do this online. You know, the bottom line, you can't do this business online if you don't know how to do it offline, because the same lessons come into play. You've got to know how to do it offline.